Hey there guys, what's up? My name is 6-Bit, and today I'm going to be casting a Starcraft 2 game. Now this is the first cast that I've done on this channel. So anyway, to get things started, in the top left of Whirlwind LE, we've got Jeb, the Red Terran. And in the bottom right, we've got the Blue Zerg player, Yoda. Now, if I remember right, this is a Platinum versus Gold game. But if a gold player is playing a platinum player, then obviously he's got to have some skill. So it's safe to call it a platinum game. So anyway, things are starting off pretty normally. Nothing going on, making workers, just mining. Now this replay, I believe, was one that it was either emailed to me or I found it on Reddit. In the subreddit Cast It, which is a pretty awesome subreddit if you're looking to cast games or if you want to see your game casted. Basically, you just go there, make a new post with a link to your replay, and somebody will come along and cast it, and then throw it up on their YouTube channel, just like I'm doing. And then you can pretty much go and watch your game casted, and then it's pretty cool to think that, you know, lots of other people are seeing you play Starcraft and watching your game get casted. So anyway, we've got Jeb here. He's going to scout out this top right position, but unfortunately for him, that's not where Yoda's hiding at. And Yoda is going to scout the bottom left, which unfortunately for him is not where Jeb's at. So neither of them are going to find their opponents first try. But it looks like they're both going to check cross positions next, and that's when they'll realize where each other are at. Now, let's take a look at the builds here. Looks like Jeb is going Command Center first, which is surprising. Although, if he can get a good wall off here, there's not a whole lot that the Zerg player should be able to do. Especially once he gets a couple Marines out, they can just kind of shoot from behind this wall. The only thing that he really has to be worried about is if Yoda comes up with Banelings and he takes out the supply depot. If that happens, then he can just run Zerglings all over in his base, and that's pretty much GG. Now, Yoda, I missed his timings, but he probably went for a pretty standard 14 pool, 14 gas, and he's probably going to be working on some speedlings, probably around 20, 22 supply. He's going to drop down an expansion, maybe even right now, except Jeb here is being a real dick and dropping an engineering bay in his natural. Now, professional players in an instance like this will often take their third base instead. And that's something that even I've tried a couple times, and usually it works. However, if your opponent is then going to follow up with that deny of your natural with early pressure, it's really, really hard to hold that off when you've taken your third instead of your natural. So anyway, Yoda's response here is that he's going to build a macro hatchery in his base, which is not what I would have done. I would have just waited for these lings to pop, which he now has, taken out this building, and then dropped his natural. So I'm not sure why he's building a macro hatchery so early on in the game. Now we'll go back to Jeb's base. He's getting this orbital command. He's already got one. Those extra mules are going to help him out greatly for mineral production. And now I notice he's got 2 refineries. He only had 1 SCV on each refinery, but now we just added 2 more, so that's good. He probably just missed that when they were built. But anyways, dropping down an engineering base, probably going to go for some upgrades, which means I'm going to guess he's going to go for some sort of bio build. Now, if Yoda scouts us out, he's definitely going to want to get a Baneling's nest. He's got lots of Zerglings coming out. Really a lot more Zerglings than I think he needs. If I was him, I would be getting a Baneling's nest. I would have gotten metabolic boost. I'm not sure why he hasn't got this. He got gas very early, and he's not spending any of it. He's mining from 2 geysers, and yet he doesn't have a layer. He doesn't have metabolic boost. It looks like he's just getting roaches, and he's got this macro hatchery. All I can think of is that he's just going to be pumping out massive roaches because he's not expanding or anything. And right now he's not even producing anything at all. Let's take a look at APM. It looks like Jeb has a much, much higher APM. Oh, maybe not. I misread that, actually. Yoda has almost twice the APM of Jeb. My fault there. So anyway, no upgrades. Let's go back to production. That's D. There we go. I was right next to it. Anyway, so looks like Yoda's got some links. He's going to poke up in here and see what's going on. Jeb's got this base. He's got a factory, now he's building a starport. He's getting a reactor, so he's probably going to be going for Hellions. That's my guess. Anyway, Yoda's finally poking up in here. He sees that there's an orbital command. I'm not sure what he's thinking. And right now in production tab, Yoda's just, Jeb's just going crazy. He's got a starport, engineering bay, SCVs, getting some upgrades. He's even getting an armory, so he's going to get mech upgrades as well. Now Yoda is getting 6 roaches. He's got quite a few out already. So he's definitely going to be going for some sort of roach push. Now it looks like Jeb is getting ready to expand. He's throwing down a bunker. He's probably going to try and get a wall off here. And then he's going to float this orbital command down to his natural, which means he can start mining from it, which is, handy for him. He's getting another barracks, 2 more barracks actually, which is good. He's not floating a lot of minerals, but as soon as he gets that second base up, he definitely will be, especially with the mules, so it's great for him to get more production buildings. Oh, and it looks like, what is this? He's got fire bats, or hellbats, sorry, used to the Wings of Liberty campaign units. So it looks like he's going to be doing a hellbat drop, while on the other hand, Yoda's going to be pushing up with these roaches. He's got a bunker, and he's got a Hellion, which isn't going to be phenomenal. But these roaches are going to make short work of the supply depot, and I'm sure they can take out the bunker real fast. And it looks like here they come. Yep, he's going to poke up here. Not sure if he's going to stick with the push once he sees the bunker. Looks like he is. He's going to take out that bunker. And then he's got all kinds of SCVs coming down to try and stave this off. These roaches are doing lots and lots of damage. I don't think these Marines can hold it. But here on the other half, we've got Hellbats coming in, and they're going to be dropping at the natural, and all these drones are going to go down. I doubt he's going to be able to keep his natural. But these roaches are doing tons and tons of damage up here. He's trying to build another bunker up here to defend, but he can't. These roaches are going to push into his base and do lots and lots of damage. These Hellbats, though, he's got a Spore Crawler. This medevac will go down, which means these medevacs aren't going to be going anywhere. And if they're just trying to fight the Spine Crawler, they're not going to have a good time. It looks like that Hellbat's just about to die. It's at 8 health. He's coming up with another Spine Crawler. He might be able to take out this one. This Roach Warren's taking some damage as well. I don't know why Yoda isn't bringing his Queen over here to attack these. And he's not moving his drones away. He must be too busy over here. He's doing tons and tons of damage with his roaches. I don't know why he's attacking supply depots. He should definitely take out some of these production buildings. These barracks for sure. Over here, lots of SCVs and mules. He should be taking out these as well. And here it looks like these Hellbats must have died. But these roaches still doing lots and lots of damage. But he's really focusing the wrong spots. I mean, he's taking out these supply depots, but Jeb is still... He's at 38 out of 62 supply. He's not going to be able to take out enough supply depots to make that cost effective. He did get rid of this reactor on this factory, which was great play. And now Jeb is lifting off his buildings, which means he's not going to be able to do any more damage with those roaches. I'm not sure how much production he's getting back at home. He's got some roaches here, which probably were to deal with the Hellbats, and he's building lots of Spine Crawlers. Now that's just silly. He doesn't need that many. He should know that he's doing tons of damage, and he should just be focusing on droning up at the moment. I mean, he's only got 9 drones at his main, and 4 at his natural. He's doing terrible on drones, actually. Let's see if I can remember. That's the music. There's a hotkey to... Not that one. Not that one. There's a hotkey to check out worker production. I don't know where it is. I don't remember what it is. Let's look at income, though. The income tab, Jeb's got much higher income, and he's only on 1 base. And that's just silly. I mean, Yoda should definitely be droning up. I don't know why he's not. When you're ahead, you definitely just need to get further ahead. Now, he's going to try and come down again with these roaches, but they're basically trapped up here because he's got a bunker. He's got high ground division with this command center. And he's got SCVs repairing the bunker. There's no way he can do this. And he's got enough buildings here that there's no way that these roaches are going to get through. It does look like that starport is going to burn up in the air and explode here. But Yoda's not in such a good position anymore. I mean, Jeb is teching up. Yoda does not have the income to support teching up. Looks like he's finally building more. He's got lots of drones here now. He's got 24 to 24. Now, as a Zerg player, you really only need 16 drones per hatchery, so he should take about 8 of those and send them over here, and his income will go up significantly. Also, if he's looking for more gas, he built 2 more geysers, but he's not mining from them, so I'm not sure what's up. He's got a queen here. He can inject more larvae, which is good. And he's got this macro hatchery, which is awesome as well. Now he's finally getting layer tech. That's really late layer tech, 13 minutes in the game. Now if I was Yoda, I would have been droning up while I was making that push, and I would have expanded one more time. Right now, Jeb is in a very, very defensive position. There's not a whole lot that he can do. He's basically trapped inside his base. You can see him making siege tanks, so Yoda can't just come up and finish him off. And that's what Yoda should realize, is that he's not going to have a chance to attack this Terran right now because he's pretty turtled up, and Yoda needs to expand again. He should go for hive tech. He should get an infestation pit, possibly swarm hosts. Swarm hosts are good against mech. If he can send the locust up to his base and reinforce the swarm host with hydralisks, he'd be in a very, very good position. But taking a look at supply count, Yoda's still ahead. He's up by about 20. He's finally got more drones here, and he should really move his spine crawler behind his mineral patch so his drones they don't have to go around it. It's going to do the same amount of good, especially with these other two here. It really didn't even need those spine crawlers to begin with. And it looks like he's building a spire in a very unusual position. It's going to be hard to defend. But if he's going for mutalisks, then that could come in handy. The Terran player doesn't have a whole lot of anti-air defense. If he comes in with his mutalisk behind the mineral patch, he can do tons and tons of damage. As long as he stays away from these bunkers, he's going to be in a good position. And if he can take out these tanks as well, he's going to be doing real great. Now these Marines have +1 attack, and they're going to go and finish off these roaches up here, which are pretty much useless at this point. Now he's spreading creep at Jeb's third base, or fourth, depending on which order he takes his bases in. Now this is a great play, I think. I don't know if he needs to spread the creep, but it's awesome to have the Overlord up there so that you know when he's expanding. But it does look like Jeb is going to be taking back his main, which is probably the safest play. He's dropping down 6 more barracks, while Yoda is getting 10 mutalisks. If Jeb can get enough Marines out in time, he is going to be able to do phenomenal amounts of damage. Now let's see. Yoda's getting Zerg Flyer attacks level 1. I don't agree with this. I think he should go for the Carapace, because for Mutalisks, that's just a much better upgrade. Because Mutalisks regenerate their health very quickly, and if they have more armor, they can take more damage and still survive. And their attacks bounce from unit to unit anyway. Sorry that I'm having trouble with my words. But their attacks don't really need the upgrade as much as their armor does. So that's why, especially in Zerg versus Zerg matchups, you definitely want to get the Carapace upgrade, because you will beat +1 attack Mutalisk with +1 Carapace ones. So anyway, here comes the Mutalisk. They're flying in. Like I said, unless Jeb has thrown up some anti-air behind his mineral line, these are going to be able to do tons and tons of damage at his natural. So let's see how this engagement goes down. He does have missile turrets. That was very smart. I'm not sure if he scanned or what, but Yoda's losing tons of Mutalisks. This is not good for him at all. And he's got more missile turrets up here. These Mutalisks have pretty much failed. I'd say at this point, Yoda's going to need to get a hive, and he's going to need to get a greater spire. And now you see him throwing down his third. It just finished. He definitely should have had this up a long time ago. And you can see he's at 1,000 minerals and almost 1,000 gas. He needs a 4th base as well. Now it looks like he took out one of these missile turrets with his Mutalisk, and he's doing a little bit of damage, but there's only so much he can do. These missile turrets are just wreaking havoc, and he's going to be able to escape with about 6 Mutalisks. Alright, now this is where Yoda should be droning up on his third base. He should be getting the gas for sure. And he definitely needs hive tech so that he can get either Ultralisks or Broodlords or both. He's also throwing out a Baneling's Nest. I'm sure when he was in Jeb's base he saw that there was lots and lots of Marines, which is really good to notice, because Banelings do great against Marines. Especially if you can burrow the Banelings and set them to auto-unburrow when units walk over top of them. It's essentially like a Widow Mine. If you get a light unit that walks over on top of it, it's going to be blown to bits, which is really, really handy for Zerg players. But it looks like Jeb is going to push out here, and I really don't think that Yoda can handle this. He doesn't have a whole lot of units. He's got lots of Speedlings and lots of, well, not even lots of Roaches. He's got a handful of roaches, a handful of mutalisks, and lots of speedlings. And there's no way that if Jeb micros correctly, sets up his siege tanks behind, he's going to need to siege up right about now. His siege tanks are in front. They're going to be taking way more damage than they need to be. But it looks like his bio ball is just shredding these roaches and lings. Units lost. Let's check that tab, because Yoda lost way more in that engagement than Jeb ever did. I mean, Yoda's units just got melted. And I don't think that Yoda's been making any upgrades. Oh, he was just starting, it looks like. But his upgrades were too late. He didn't get hive tech fast enough. He's got a macro hatchery that I didn't quite agree with. And it looks like Jeb's still in this game, destroying stuff, savoring that sweet, sweet victory. But, oh, and he did drone up here, which was good for him. But things that I would say for Yoda, he definitely should have scouted more. When he was ahead, he should have gotten more ahead. He should have expanded. He should have gotten his upgrades and kept teching up so that he could respond to this more properly, I suppose, when Jeb did push out with this bio ball. Because, as I said, Jeb was defended pretty well. He's got the missile turrets, he's got the bunkers, he's got the tanks. There wasn't a whole lot that you could do at that point. You pretty much had to wait for him to push out while expanding and keeping map control, and then basically just shutting him down and outproducing him. I mean, that's the way that you have to be Terran in a situation like this. Anyway, congratulations to Jeb. That was a solid victory for him, and I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. If you did, you should definitely leave a like on this video, and if you want to see more of my StarCraft casts, you should subscribe. If you want your game casted, you should send an email to 6bitgaming@gmail.com. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching again, and as always, take it easy.